Los Angeles has a robust auction, and there's a lot of people show up for this auction. Welcome back. Now, today's episode is about how to get the Los Angeles County auction list. And I'm holding one of those lists up right now so that you can see it. I just downloaded this from the internet, and then we put it on large paper, and then we just fold it in half. And this is a list of over 1,100 properties that are sold. We just downloaded from the internet and the Los Angeles County site. So the controller in California controls how these properties are sold, and they put the properties in default after 5 years of late taxes. At that point in time, the county is allowed to auction the properties. So basically what happens is the California State Controller reports tax defaulted property at the 5-year point. Up until that time, they don't report them, and then it's subject to a tax collector's power of sale. Power of sale means you're going to take the property to auction. Okay, now to make this super simple, the county will post a list of these auction properties, and it's available on the county website, also available on the auction website, and it's not hidden from the public at all. And a lot of times it's in local newspapers where the county's going to sell the properties, okay? So expect to find it in all those places. You can download it from the county anytime you want. The auctions in Los Angeles are commonly public auction. That means anybody can attend. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't have to register and that you won't have to fill out documentation and so on. You will have to do that. So the auction is conducted by the county tax collector, and the properties are sold to the highest bidder. The trust deed loan on the property will be extinguished. In other words, it's wiped out at the auction. So when the property is transferred from the county to the new individual, the property does not have a lien for a deed of trust. Now, that does not mean that all liens have left the property. It could still have a municipal lien. It could still have a federal lien. So you need to do your research on the property. Okay, I'm Ted Thomas. I've been involved in tax defaulted property for over 30 years' time. The Los Angeles auction can be located in a number of ways. State controller, that's one of the sources. Newspapers, another source. And of course, the county auction site will also have it. So Los Angeles County auction will also, not only will they be selling properties, but they will be selling land, and they will sell residential land, agricultural land, and development land. It's all available at the tax defaulted auction in Los Angeles. Okay, now these properties are sold with a starting bid of the back taxes. Now, keep in mind the back taxes are going to be a roll-up of 5 years at least of previous taxes, because the controller doesn't take action on the defaulted property until the taxes have already accrued for 5 years. So you're probably not going to find any properties for just 10 cents on the dollar. Now, 21 days before the auction is going to take place, they'll issue some final notices of default. So they're going through a process which they call due process of law, which means they have to give many notices to the owner of the property. All right, they do that again and again. It's a public auction, so anybody can attend that auction, and expect a lot of people to show up. So the notice of default is published in the newspaper, and it could be in multiple newspapers, but they'll all be local papers, okay? All right, now, when they generate this auction, what happens, the money that's coming in, what are they going to do with that money? Well, that money that comes in from the sale of those properties goes directly to the county treasurer, and then they pay the Los Angeles County bills with that. For example, they're going to pay the tax assessor, they're going to pay the county employees, they're going to pay the sheriff, they're going to pay the police departments, they're going to pay the firefighters. You're getting the idea. All those bills will be paid from the revenue that's coming in from that tax defaulted auction. The treasurer does all the collection and all the disbursement. School teachers, they all get paid from that. All right, now the county has the power of sale. That means that if someone doesn't pay the tax, they're forfeiting their property to the county. The county then will levy, and when they levy, they'll take the property. Once they've taken the property, they'll auction it. Usually the starting bids are 10 or 20 cents on the dollar. That doesn't mean they'll sell for 10 or 20 cents on the dollar. Los Angeles has a robust auction, and there's A lot of people show up for this auction. Could be 1,000, 2,000 people bidding at the auction. Okay, they all had to pay to be at the auction because they require that at the registration. So the winning bidder is always determined by who pays the highest price in excess of the back taxes. So you're going to pay the back taxes, and then the highest price above that will get the property. Now, the lessons in Los Angeles County to get the list, anybody can do it. You can just go to the county site, download a list. This list has well over 1,000 tax defaulted property. Now, some of these auctions are conducted online, some are conducted offline. This particular one was an online auction in Los Angeles, took place just a short time ago. All right, they're going to reveal the dates of the auction. It's going to reveal the assessed value of the property. It's going to reveal all the information that you want. Plus, you can go to the county records and get what other information is missing. Now, from my experience, 20% of the properties that are sold at tax defaulted auctions are raw land or they're leased land of some kind. For example, they could be residential lots that haven't been built on. They could be row crops. There could be apple orchards. They could be what have you. All right, so the point is they're going to sell everything at this auction. All right, most of the properties at the auction will be zoned residential property. All the due diligence is up to you. When you buy at the auction, you're probably going to get a treasurer's deed. Okay, that's an equivalent of a quitclaim deed. A quitclaim deed tells the new buyer that the county is taking no responsibility for the condition of the property. The county is taking no responsibility for any defects in the title. So understand, they're not taking responsibility of the condition, and they're not taking responsibility for defects in title. County does not provide surveys of the land. So all land looks the same when you drive by. So if you don't know what the piece of land is and you don't have a survey and you haven't really checked it out, you want to be very careful because other people could encroach on the property, or that property could be encroaching on other properties. It might have easement problems. It might have ingress and egress problems. And what about drainage? Okay, now that could be a big problem in California. Why? If they have huge rain, major problems with rain, what's going to happen to the water? Well, the county doesn't take any responsibility for that. So you need to know that when you buy land, you're responsible to retain the water on your land. Okay, so land has a lot of uses. Could be agricultural land, grazing land, recreational land, whatever it is. County makes no guarantee of the use. So Los Angeles County tells the buyer beware. You need to know and do your research. Easements, drainage, power. Okay, you need to know all those things. They'll reveal all that, but you're going to have to do lots of research to find out. All right, so you're going to end up with a treasurer's deed, not a warranty deed. Now, a warranty deed is what you're going to ultimately need to sell the property. So expect to need to do a quiet title report on the property. You're going to get a quit claim deed. Responsibility is all on your shoulders. Now, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not a real estate broker. I'm not a registered investment advisor. I'm just an investor, so I'm not giving you legal advice in any way. You should seek out attorneys and other specialists so that you know not only all the rules, but all the risks that you might take when you buy at a tax defaulted auction. All right, so this is not a business for timid investors. All right, so you should seek out advisors to help you out so that you know what you're doing before you buy at the auction. Now, if you can see those white circles on this map, there's an interactive auction map below me that's updated every single day, and it will show you where auctions are throughout the United States, how many properties they have to sell. In Los Angeles County, you're going to more than likely find 1,000 or more properties. Sometimes it's a couple of thousand of those properties. You're responsible to know what you're doing, so take a good look right below me at the interactive map. I'm Ted Thomas. I'll see you in the next video.